Have you ever wished you could take an idea right out of your head and hold it in your hands? Well, get ready for some science magic because that's almost exactly what 3D printing does. Imagine you have a special kind of printer. Instead of using ink to put words on a flat piece of paper, this printer uses materials like plastic, metal, or even chocolate to build an object from the ground up, one super thin layer at a time. It's a bit like building something with Lego bricks, where you add one brick on top of another until you have a finished castle or spaceship, but with layers so thin you can't even see them. This process is also called additive manufacturing, because you are always adding material, not carving it away. So, how does this amazing process start? It all begins with a digital design on a computer. You can create this design yourself using special software, or you can download one that someone else has already made. This design is like a blueprint that tells the 3D printer exactly what to do. The computer slices the digital model into hundreds or even thousands of horizontal layers. The printer then gets to work, reading this blueprint layer by layer. A nozzle, much like a tiny, super precise hot glue gun, moves around and squeezes out a thin stream of melted material, drawing the shape of the very first layer onto a build platform. Once that first layer is complete, it cools down and becomes solid. Then the build platform moves down just a tiny bit, or the nozzle moves up, to make space for the next layer. The printer then draws the second layer right on top of the first. This process repeats over and over again. Layer after layer, the object starts to take shape right before your eyes, slowly growing upwards from the build plate. It can take a few minutes for a small object or many hours for something large and complex. It's so cool to watch a digital file on a screen slowly become a real, solid object that you can touch and use. The most common material for home 3D printers is a type of plastic that comes on a big spool, like a giant roll of thread. This plastic thread, called filament, is fed into the printer, where it gets heated up until it's soft and squishy, ready to be squeezed out. But plastics are just the beginning. Scientists and engineers are experimenting with all sorts of amazing materials. There are printers that can use metal powders, special resins that harden with light, flexible rubber-like materials, and even wood fibers mixed with plastic. This variety of materials is what makes 3D printing so versatile and exciting, opening up a whole universe of possibilities for what we can create. So, now that we know how it works, what kinds of things can we actually make with a 3D printer? The answer is, almost anything you can imagine. For people who love to create and tinker at home, 3D printers are like a dream come true. You can print custom toys for your kids, like a unique dinosaur figure or a set of building blocks in their favorite colors. If you're a fan of board games, you could print your very own game pieces or a handy organizer to keep all the cards and tokens neat. The possibilities for fun are endless, limited only by your imagination and creativity. But it's not all fun and games. 3D printing is also incredibly useful for practical everyday things. Have you ever had a small plastic part on an appliance break, like the knob on your washing machine, or the battery cover for a remote control? Instead of throwing the whole thing away, you can now just print a replacement part. People are designing and sharing files for all sorts of helpful household items, from custom-fit phone stands and cable organizers to cookie cutters in any shape you want. It's like having a tiny factory right in your home, ready to make exactly what you need, whenever you need it. Beyond our homes, 3D printing is a super tool for inventors and engineers. Before 3D printing, if an engineer wanted to test a new part for a car or a new gadget, they had to spend a lot of time and money building a model or a prototype. Now, they can design the part on their computer and print a version of it in just a few hours. This lets them test their ideas quickly, find out what works and what doesn't, and make improvements much faster than ever before. This rapid prototyping helps bring new inventions and better products to us all more quickly. The list of incredible creations just keeps growing. Artists use 3D printing to make stunning sculptures with shapes that would be impossible to create by hand. Fashion designers are printing flexible, futuristic clothing and accessories. Architects print detailed models of buildings to show clients what a new house or skyscraper will look like. From a simple keychain to a complex engine part, 3D printing is giving everyone, from hobbyists to professionals, the power to turn their creative ideas into tangible, real-world objects. It's a powerful tool for making our world more customized and resourceful. The magic of 3D printing goes way beyond making cool toys and handy gadgets. In some of the most important fields, it's doing things that sound like they're straight out of a science fiction movie. One of the most exciting areas is medicine. Doctors and scientists are now able to 3D print custom implants for patients. For example, if someone has an injury, doctors can use a scan of their body to print a perfectly fitting replacement part, like a piece of a skull. They can also create detailed models of a patient's organs, allowing surgeons to practice a tricky operation before they even step into the surgery room, making procedures safer for everyone. And it's not just medicine that's getting a superpowered boost. Think about the houses we live in. Some companies are now using giant 3D printers to build entire houses. These huge printers squeeze out a special kind of concrete, building up the walls of the house layer by layer. This process can be much faster and cheaper than traditional building methods, and it also creates less waste. In a world where many people need safe and affordable places to live, 3D printed houses could be a revolutionary solution to help solve the housing crisis, building communities one printed layer at a time. It's a fantastic example of using technology to tackle big, real-world problems. Are you hungry for more amazing examples? Let's talk about food. Yes, you can even 3D print food. Special printers are being developed that can use ingredients like vegetable purees, dough, or even plant-based proteins to create intricate and delicious meals. Companies are already bringing 3D printed plant-based fish and steaks to supermarkets. This could not only be fun for creating amazing-looking dishes, but also helpful for creating nutritious, easy-to-chew food for people who have trouble swallowing, like the elderly. Imagine designing your dinner on a screen, and then watching the printer create it for you. Even space exploration is getting in on the action. Astronauts on the International Space Station have a 3D printer with them. If a tool breaks or they need a new part, they don't have to wait for a rocket from Earth to bring them a replacement. They can simply print one right there in space. This is a huge deal, making space missions safer and more self-sufficient. From saving lives with custom medical implants to building homes and feeding people in new ways, 3D printing is proving to be a powerful force for good, transforming industries and changing our world for the better. While all of these amazing advancements are incredibly exciting, the journey of 3D printing isn't without a few bumps in the road. One of the biggest challenges right now is the cost. While small hobbyist printers have become much more affordable, the large industrial machines that can print with metal or build houses are still very expensive. This can make it difficult for smaller companies or communities to get started. There's also the matter of learning how to use them. Designing a 3D model takes skill and training, and learning how to operate the printers perfectly also takes time and practice to get the best results. Another important topic is how we can make 3D printing friendly for our planet. The good news is that it has huge potential to be a green technology. Traditional manufacturing often starts with a big block of material and carves away everything that isn't needed, creating a lot of waste. 3D printing does the opposite. It only uses the exact amount of material needed to build the object, which can reduce waste by up to 95%. Plus, scientists are developing amazing ways to recycle materials. Imagine taking old plastic bottles, grinding them up, and turning them into filament to print brand new objects. This turns trash into treasure. So what does all of this mean for our future? It means we are moving towards a world where we can make things where and when we need them. This is called on-demand manufacturing. Instead of huge factories making millions of the same item that have to be shipped all over the world, we could have smaller, local workshops printing things for the community. This would mean fewer emissions from shipping and a stronger local economy. It also means that the things we own can be more personal and better suited to our exact needs, from a shoe that fits your foot perfectly to a medical device made just for you. The future of 3D printing is a future of creativity, innovation, and empowerment. It's a future where a student in a classroom can design and print a tool for a science experiment, where a doctor in a remote village can print medical supplies, and where we can build a more sustainable world by making what we need with less waste. We are still in the early days of this incredible technology, and as printers become faster, cheaper, and able to use even more materials, the possibilities will only continue to grow. The future is not just something we wait for. With 3D printing, it's something we can build ourselves, one amazing layer at a time.